Okay, so let's continue with the problem 2.2. Problem is like this: determine the magnitude of the resultant force and its direction measured counterclockwise from the positive x-axis. Now this is our x-axis, as you see, and we have a 60 Newton of force acting horizontally, and there is another force which is 80 Newtons, which makes an angle of 120 degrees with respect to the x-axis. And in fact we can define two forces. So okay, so the 60 Newton force will be considered as F1, and the 80 Newton force will be considered as F2. So let's draw it again. Now we have two forces. So this is the first one, and let's use red pen. And I have another one. So this is F1 and this is F2. Okay, now the point is I can use any method. So the better is to use a parallelogram. I will draw two parallel lines and form a parallelogram. Then I will draw the vector, resultant vector, as R. Now it is like this: the resultant vector has to be the sum of F1 plus F2. Now I can use cosine and sine theorem and so this angle is 120 degrees. As a result, this angle is 60 degrees. Okay. So I can use cosine theorem in order to calculate the magnitude of the resultant vector. That's equal to magnitude of F1 square plus magnitude of F2 square minus 2 multiplied by F1 multiplied by magnitude of F2, and the angle between them is cosine 60 degrees. So I have one edge here. So you can do it like this. So this is F1, and I move the F1 vector, the first vector, to the upwards, and then I can draw the resultant force. So this is how it works. And in fact, from here, I can easily write the magnitude as 72.11 newtons. If you put the values into their places. Okay, now let's calculate the angle that it makes with respect to the x-axis. So this is what is asked to me. This angle. Now I will use sine theorem for this. In fact, I want to calculate this angle. Therefore, this angle is equal to this angle, and let's say that this is theta. Therefore, I can easily write this magnitude of F2 divided by sine theta is equal to magnitude of R divided by sine 60. Now, from here, I can calculate the sine theta. Sine theta is equal to F2 multiplied by sine 60 divided by the resultant force. So let's put the values. F2 is equal to 80. Sine 60 is equal to 0.86. This is what I remember. And then the resultant force is 72.11. So the result is 73 point because we can find theta from here. Theta can be calculated as 73.74 degrees.